Would you all please stand as we say the Pledge of Allegiance? Dr. Banks, would you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I second it.
All in favor of such motion, please signify by aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay? Unanimously passes. The minutes are approved. Are there any signatures called the public? No. Okay, next, Mr. Miller is not here, so there will not be an AADGB report unless anybody else has anything, any knowledge of it. Okay, it's up to you, Dr. Banks, Pinal County Governmental Alliance report.
I still have not heard from the Alliance. I am even wondering if they're going to be active this year.
At this point, they haven't been, huh?
Right.
Okay, thank you very much. We have our report from the Central Arizona College president, Dr. Elliott.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Board of Governors, faculty, staff, students, friends, and honored guests. We don't have any legislative update, thank goodness, since the legislators have come to a close this session, and we escaped unscathed, so that's always a good thing. So I have some district updates for you. One thing in particular to note that's extremely exciting is this week we had 32, is that correct? 32 7th and 8th grade students on our campus for our first annual Young Advanced Technology Academy. So this is really exciting. This is a partnership between the college and local business and industry, and it's designed to introduce young students to technological aspects of manufacturing, although we're trying to avoid using that word, through hands-on learning experiences. Next week, we'll have about 27 9th through 10th graders go through this, and we're really excited since this was the first year that we did it to have such great participation. On June 6th, I spoke to the Arizona Home Builders Association along with Casa Grande city officials to reintroduce them to all the exciting things that are happening not only in Pinal County but here at Central Arizona College. During this month alone, during the month of June, we have hosted and provided tours to 2 potential new companies looking to relocate to Pinal County. So these are really exciting opportunities. In an effort to help improve communication at the college, I have established a communication task force that will be exploring methods to improve communication across the district, and hopefully we'll get that underway here at the end of July and the first part of August. And the last thing, I'm kind of saving this for last, Maggie Dooley is here, I think Maggie's here, to present us with a check. And is David running a little late?
Yes, he is.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do the correspondences, and then we can come back to that, Maggie, since that's a pretty big deal, you know, a check. In your Dropbox today, there were some correspondences. In particular, a student recognizing math professor Wendelin Landers for going above and beyond to get students engaged throughout the semester. Her positive attitude and openness to teaching really influenced and impacted this student. And a thank you from the Future Forward program. They reached out to the college and offered to install an outdoor garden at the Maricopa campus for free. In return, one of our chefs taught a class about cooking garden vegetables, and there's an attached article as well for you. And I don't think we have any association reports today either. So, Maggie, what do you want to just present it, or do you want us to wait for David?
We can wait.
Okay, we'll wait, and then hopefully we can come back to this later in the agenda. My apologies, I had a short report this month since I took some vacation days. So, are there any questions or comments?
Thank you very much, Dr. Next would be our consent agenda. Not surely not. Oh, business affairs, okay. Business affairs, Mr. Watka, and he's headed up there already, and there.
Thank you. And good afternoon, Madam Chair, governing board members, Madam President, Secretary, colleagues, and any guests present this afternoon. 2 items today for your information. First is the monthly budget report, and then the awarded purchases over $20,000. Anybody hear me okay? I don't think this is on. Okay. The monthly budget report is through the month of May 2017, so that's 11 months of our fiscal year. It shows that our general fund expenditures and committed funds are at 83.34% of the total budget, which is just a slight increase from May 1 year ago, which was 83.24. So at the end of 11 months, we are where we should be in terms of revenues and expenses. And now that we're 21 days into, or 20 days into the new month, or last month, June, there have been no unexpected expenditures. So we anticipate that June will come through as well, and that we'll be once again under budget for the entire fiscal year. The second item are the awarded purchases over $20,000. There's 5 of them. The first one is security personnel for the Maricopa, Santan, and Superstition Mountain campuses, G4S, Secure Solutions, Inc., Jupiter, Florida, $85,952. Second one is flooring for the dorm units and training facility, Taylor's Flooring out of Mesa, Arizona, $35,151.56, and that was to replace the flooring at 31 of the dorm units this summer. The next one is license renewal for mobile app, Dub Labs LLC, Vienna, Virginia, $25,000. That is to renew our annual subscription fee. Next one, dual enrollment courses, Cavett, Coolidge, Arizona, $53,424. Those are the dual enrollment courses, and that is an IGA signed with Cavett. And the last one is dual enrollment courses with Maricopa Unified Schools, Casa Grande, Arizona, $22,176. And that is once again also the dual enrollment courses, and this is an IGA with the Maricopa Unified Schools. And that would conclude my report.
Any questions or comments, Mr. Watka? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, Dr. Gillibrand with the Academic Affairs Report.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Elliott, colleagues, students, and guests. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you. I am going to present one of our division chairs, Kristen Benedict, who's here to speak briefly about a wonderful new partnership with the Sunt Corporation, and she has with us a visitor, Sean Ray from Sunt, and also James Bush, one of our faculty members. So they're going to just tell us briefly about this new partnership.
Actually, I won't be doing a lot of speaking, but I'll be introducing them. So, good afternoon, Governing Board, President Elliott, leadership, and guests. Today, I'm going to introduce 2 people that have been instrumental in bringing Sunt partnership to Central Arizona College. So, James Bush from Central Arizona College, professor, and Sean Ray will be discussing the Sunt partnership.
Good afternoon, Governing Board, Madam Chair, Dr. Elliott, and this is my first time doing this, so I'm probably going to mess it up. If I miss anybody, I apologize. Like Kristen said, I'm the professor of diesel and heavy equipment, and we're here to talk to you a little bit about the Sunt CAC Craft Workforce Development Partnership, a proposed partnership between Sunt Construction. This is Sean Ray, Director of Training,
Director of
Craft Work Development at Sunt Construction. Just to give you a little background on how this all came to be, or how we came in front of you today. Myself and Derry Welker were sitting in my office. We're not very happy with the current apprenticeship programs, talking about a better way to do it. So we came up with a rough idea of how to do it, and I went to my bosses, Kristen and Dr. Elliott, and proposed my side of it to them, and Derry went to Sean and proposed his side of it to him, and we decided that, hey, let's cut out the middleman and let's do a direct industry college partnership to develop apprentices and workforce for Pinal County and surrounding counties. So that's how we came up with the idea. Perfect. No, go ahead, you got it.
So, as James said, my name is Sean Ray. I'm the Director of Craft Workforce Development at Sun Construction. I really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to speak to you today. This is something that SUNT is very passionate about. When we first started looking into partnerships, we realized pretty quick that we had to find the right people. We had to find a organization, a group of people that were as passionate and as committed to helping out the skilled trades as Sun Construction is. When I met with James and Kristen for the first time, it was obvious that CAC was the right place for Sun Construction. One of the first things we did when we started looking at this partnership is we want to identify what value does it bring to each one of the players involved. So what we came up with for Central Arizona College, enrollment growth that aligns with the community and business needs. For SUNT, craft hires needed to achieve our business goals. We are a company that is growing. We currently do about $1 billion a year, and we're projecting to go up to $3 billion within the next couple of years. And then also really important, of course, is the students. And we want the students to get marketable skills to establish a successful career. Construction, in a lot of ways, has gotten a bad name over the last few years. And we want to show them that you can have a great, great career in construction. If I can figure out your, all right, be my wingman here. All right, so real quick, why is this important to SUNT and to Central Arizona College? As most of you may know, we have a skilled labor demand gap. It's estimated right now that there's going to be a shortage of over 2 million craft professionals by the year 2020. That doesn't include any infrastructure work that could be coming up through the new administration. We'll also be facing a shortage of over 290,000 welders. We already see those struggles today. We have a hard time finding a lot of qualified individuals to bring into the company. Through the programs with Central Arizona College, we feel like we can start to get kids interested early. As Kristen put it, there's really 3 phases: the pre-employment, which would be the workforce development programs that we're looking at, heavy equipment, welding, pipe fitting, industrial carpentry, concrete finishing, and then early career, which would be the apprenticeship that we'd be doing with Central Arizona College, and then finally the skill upgrade training that we would be doing through vendor training at Central Arizona College. So I know we have 5 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up quick, but I do appreciate Central Arizona very much. I think it's going to be a great partnership, and I look forward to working closer with each and every one of you. Thank you.
If I was a 17-year-old kid in high school today, and someone told me about this program coming up where we're going to need so many welders, so many, et cetera, what would be my next step?
Well, if you heard about the program, hopefully you heard about it through one of our recruiting campaigns that we have going on for this program and in our program. The partnership has to do with 3 existing programs that we already have here at Central Arizona College, with the addition of 2 more programs to meet the need of the industry, and not just Sun Construction, but the industry as a whole. So well, the way we've designed it is that this program, everything rolls into the other. So if someone comes to this program, to the CAC program, without knowledge of SUNT or with SUNT knowledge, they're in the same program. Everyone's receiving the same equal training, so that way when they graduate and they go work for SUNT or someone else, SUNT knows exactly what they're getting. They know exactly what training's been done. And we're stepping up the training. This isn't just, apprenticeship training. This is college credit, national recognized apprenticeship training, and even better, national certification that goes with these students when they graduate.
So if I'm a student in Apache Junction versus a student at Casa Grande or Coolidge, I'm going to be aware of this?
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
And to James's point, from Sun's perspective, as the Director of Workforce Development, I would love to hire each and every one of these students, but our goal is to get more people into the trades. So if they go to work for Rummel, they go to work for Kiewit, as long as we get people into the trades, Sun's committed to, we just budgeted money for scholarships for this program. So I budgeted $75,000 just to have scholarships available for these students if we hire them on to help pay for any costs that they may have incurred.
Any other questions? All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
we appreciate it. Thank you.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much.
That concludes academic affairs, but thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to all of you.
Rather than going to the next one, we will back up a little bit and go back to your part.
We'll do the check presentation.
I noticed
If-
that our gentleman
If
walked in.
David and Maggie want to come up and present the check from the foundation to the college for our promise, we would gladly accept it.
Great.
Would you like to be on that side? We haven't practiced this, so. First of all, good afternoon, Madam Chair, governing board members, Dr. Elliott, Mary Lou, colleagues, and guests. As you know, I'm Maggie Dooley, Director of the Central Arizona College Foundation, and I'm pleased to introduce you to David Snyder, who's the treasurer of the foundation, and he also chairs our nominating committee. Many of you may also know him as a member of the Casa Grande Elementary School District Governing Board. I can tell you David is an awesome board member, and I'm very grateful that he's able to give us so much of his time, talent, and treasures to us. I don't ever remember a time he said no.
Keep it up.
So I really do appreciate his help. I also want to thank all of you who have donated to the foundation. The work of the foundation, whether it be fundraising or friend-raising or creating partnerships to support the mission of the college, can only be successful with your help. Thank you again, and we're very grateful for your support. So today, we're here to present funding to support student scholarships. And I particularly want to thank Louisa Ott for helping us gather these numbers and compute all the information that we needed to determine how much we would be able to award this year. So for this portion of the presentation, I'd like to ask David to step forward.
Good afternoon, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Elliott, assembled honorific people from Pinal County who are taking refuge from 120 today. First of all, I want you to know this, the color of my shirt is symbolic. I'm handing out money. This is, however, an adoptive persona because I'm actually the secretary rather than the treasurer, but I'm schizophrenic, so I'll handle both. I am honored and pleased to be here today. I've served on the foundation board now for 4 years and volunteered for it, and it's been a pleasure to work with CAC staff, with the members of the governing board, and certainly with Maggie and her staff. It is a great assemblage of people who have a great passion for our community, want very much to make this a much better place to live and to work and to raise families. Together, I think we have collectively in the past and certainly today, we're making a difference. Our volunteer board of directors, we all are paid handsomely. 0 times 0 times 0 is, yes, about the same as you get. And we raise money for scholarships and for capital projects here in the college. And our specialty at this point is the Promise for the Futures program. It is one of our hallmark programs. And as a governing board member of the elementary district, it makes my heart swell when we have middle school students talk excitedly about the Promise for the Future
and they look forward to participating in CAC's Rich Life and moving forward. Today, I am here to present you with a check for $146,820 for the scholarships specifically. An additional $83,000 is in the process of being awarded to our CAC students for a total of $229,820. We are looking forward to continuing our efforts for fundraising and friend-raising efforts this year in order to support the students and especially the college. The college has been a jewel in the crown of Pinal County, and I say that as a former county supervisor and someone who talks with people across the country as well as across the state of Arizona. So it is with a great deal of pleasure. I'm not sure how well this will fit in an ATM, but I do have a check to present. So who gets the honors?
I guess me and Gladys.
Okay.
If you need any help carrying it, I'd be more than happy. Thank you. You're doing all the work.
Thank you.
Don't block out the zeros. Thank you, Senate. Thank you.
Okay, next we go to Student Services, Ginny Cardenas. There you are.
Good afternoon, Madam President, Governing Board members, Dr. Elliott, colleagues, and guests. I'm excited today to be able to introduce Dr. Tremaine Rousseau, who is our Dean of Students here at CAC, and he's going to talk a little bit about our residence halls, which is another kind of diamond that we have here at CAC, and that it helps to bring students from not only all over Arizona and all over the United States, but all over the world to CAC to help to enrich our diverse campus and student population. So, Dean Tremaine.
Thank you. Good afternoon to the board, Madam Chair, President Elliott, Secretary, guests, students, and colleagues. I don't have a check, I'm sorry, but Chris has already gone over some of our expenditures that have helped us out in Res Life. Okay. Eek. Which button do I push? Okay, thanks. All right, so I wanted to go over quickly just an overview of our Res Life services and tell you a little bit about the things that are going on. Our Res Life facilities house about 250 students a year. We do have a max occupancy of about 300 though. Students must take at least 6 or more hours to be eligible to live on campus. And that's something new for this upcoming school year. Previously, students had to be enrolled full-time, but we felt that we were kind of missing out on a huge population of our students. So we felt if we dropped that down to part-time status, we would be able to accommodate a lot more students and give those students an opportunity to experience on-campus living. We have double occupancy rooms in our residence halls in 3 different areas, known as the quad, suites, and the tower. We do offer in-hall programming to all of our students, and that's done through our Res Life staff, our students and professional staff. We do have 24/7 professional and peer assistants. So we have 3 professionals that live on campus, in addition to our student RAs or resident assistants. And we also offer community living and personal development programs to those students. Next slide, please. This is just a picture of our last year's student staff. They were a great group, and so we welcome some of those back this semester, and we'll have a new group as well. So the rates and amenities that go along with living out in our residence halls, there are 3 different rates: the quads and suites, the tower, which is our most popular choice because it's the newest building that we have, and it's cute and all those things. We do offer super singles to students that qualify. It's just a little bit more. The rates are payable per semester, along with the student tuition fees, and a payment plan is available for that. So those rates, although they may seem like a high dollar amount, they actually go very far to provide a lot of amenities. We do have completely furnished units that comes with a meal plan. All utilities are included in that, including the wireless internet. We have an included laundry program, so students don't have to walk around with quarters or deal with their cards or anything like that. Of course, maintenance is involved with that. We have game rooms and lounges for entertainment, as well as the in-hall programming and events. Next slide. Next slide, please. This is just a picture of our facilities. On the left side, you see the towers and then a typical tower room. On the right side, outside of the quads and suites, and a typical quad and suite student room. Next slide. Okay, just a little bit about the updates and upgrades that we've seen this summer and last summer. We are ready to replace some of the furniture in our student rooms and student lounges. A lot of that will be case goods, dressers, and tables, chairs, things like that. A few beds. The past summer we did upgrade a lot of the beds that we have throughout the facility, so a lot of that has been done. So our students will really, really appreciate all the new furniture. New floors have been installed both last summer and this summer as well. Ernesto was just telling me earlier about the new floors and also painting that's going on. And I really have to give Ernesto and the facilities department credit. I have never worked with an easier group of individuals. I usually have to meet at the willow trees and duke it out with a facilities person. But working with these guys has just been amazing. So thank you for all of your support. The office in the community building has also seen upgrades with a new facelift in the study room, some new storefront doors, and also a computer lab. Last year we went through an internet fiasco, and we were able to do a temporary computer lab in the community room, and we were able to keep that community lab, that computer lab for the students, and so it's been a great addition for the halls and the students that live there. Next slide. Some other new things for this upcoming year. We have a 24-hour quiet living option for our first and second year students. For the past 2 years, we've had an honors wing, and that kind of, not all students could live up to that high GPA, but we had students that wanted a quiet living option so that they could concentrate a little bit more on their studies, free from all the rambunctious things that go on in a residence hall. So we do have that available this year. We do offer increased targeted advising and early alert checkups for our students. We work very hard with the advisors and also our retention staff and TRIO staff to make sure that we're reaching out to those students when they're missing classes and they're not showing up or they're at risk of failing for the semester. So we really work hard to help out where we can there. Increased marketing to promote the living opportunities. Even though we serve a good number of students, we know we could do more in increasing that max occupancy, so we do plan on increasing our marketing there. Expanded commuter and faculty overnight housing. Some of our faculty drive distances to make it to all of our campuses, and maybe they're here late at night, or maybe a commuter student is here late at night, and they don't want to get out on the road and drive back to Aravipo or way up somewhere in the valley. We're expanding our opportunities for people to stay overnight for just a small rate. So we're looking to do that. And also our residence hall staff puts on our intramural programs for this campus. So we've also done some upgrades there with the basketball court and et cetera. Next slide. And that's it. I want to thank you all for your support for this program and so many of our other programs. We really couldn't do it without your support and all of you guys that help us get things off the ground and running each year. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions or comments? Thank you. Okay, next is our consideration of the consent agenda. The following items are consent matters unless they are removed from the consent agenda at this time. Any item may be removed from the consent agenda by any board member. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the consent agenda.
As written.
And I second it.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded that the consent agenda be approved as written. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay. The ayes have it, and it passes unanimously. We next have, no, that is included. Or is, so it's, you know your turn. The second reading and the adoption of revised board policies by Ms. Clark.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Governing Board President Christensen, Governing Board members, President Elliott, Mary Lou, staff, students, and guests. This afternoon, I present to you the second reading of 2 college policies. The first policy is Policy 505, Equal Opportunity Harassment and Non-Discrimination. As a quick recap, this policy replaces our current Policy 505 and ensures legal compliance with Title IX and Title VII. This policy defines the college policy on non-discrimination, accommodation of disabilities, and discriminatory harassment. The second is Policy 529, Employee Absences and Leaves. The revisions to Policy 529 come in accordance with the Arizona Proposition 206, the Arizona Fair Wages and Healthy Families Act, Arizona Revised Statute Title 23, Chapter 2, Article 8.1, which states college employees shall accrue and have the legal right to use sick leave benefits each fiscal year. Effective July 1, Proposition 206 and the Arizona Fair Wages and Healthy Families Act will require that part-time employees, which include student workers and adjunct professors, accrue 1 hour of sick leave for every 30 hours worked up to a maximum of 40 hours in a fiscal year. I would be happy to entertain any questions you may have.
Are there questions or comments, Ms. Clark?
How does that compare to our present one? Is that a net gain or a net loss when you say 1 hour? Go through that again for me.
So it's 1 hour of sick time for every 30 hours worked. So currently, our part-time employees do not accrue any sick benefits,
So
only
it's geared-
full-time.
It's geared towards our part-time population that we may have been missing.
Correct. The sick time benefit for full-time will remain as is. Our full-time employees will continue to accrue what we have been accruing in the past. This is really granted towards part-time adjunct student workers.
Does that get into close with what the state average is, or is that?
That's the minimum requirement.
We're there.
So we have it. Anything further?
Any other questions or comments? Okay, I think we need a motion for approval of those 2. Do we need to do one at a time, or can we do the both at once?
Yeah, I would think
Both
together
at
would
once,
be
because it's
sufficient.
second reading for both of them. So for the 2 policies that Ms. Clark just mentioned, Policy 505 and 529, what is the pleasure of the board?
I move that we accept 505 and 529 changes as stated.
I will second that.
Okay, all in favor of such motion signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, unanimously passes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next board meeting will be August 15th here at the Signal Peak campus. Now, if you have travel vouchers to submit, do so. And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.